to give him a bit of a shot. I think Terry might give up the seat. Oh, that's Di Matteo. That was Di Matteo slowing up. Frank and Di Matteo, if we can get to the front end, hopefully our TV crew can hear that. But the front end of the battle, the lead has gone missing. And it looks like Fabio Tofani also might have gone missing here at the front end of the Masters. Tofani having a look to see what's going on. Yes, indeed. It is Paolo Cavalieri that leads out over Schroeder as they cross the line and come into our sights now for V8 Masters. So both of the Italian stallions, one in the Masters, one in the V8 Supercars, have gone missing. I just picked up on the slowing Black Cat as it came out of Barbecue Bend, and I think we've got an issue there for that Black Cat. Yes, indeed. Mackie Adlam leads out. Confirmation of what I said. Ben Morganroot is now second. Terry Wolford is now third. So both of the leaders in the front end of the field having issues on the restart.
Oh, all getting it sideways as well. Just a wonderful amount of pitches coming our way as well. And also those cars are dropping out left, right, and center. It's a sprint race. And how many laps we got? We got 5 on the board. Oh, there's a big touch. Wilford and Morganroot. They connect coming down out of Ingwe onto the back straight. Oh, that's going to be disappointing for Morganroot.
Let me tell you, Terry Wolford put his nose in there and was not going to be. There's Tofani's car parked on the sideline, out of the kink. They head down towards Crowthorne now. Mackie Adlam with a massive lead due to the fact that second and third place came together in Ingwe. So it's now up to Adlam just to hang on for a lap and a half, basically. Whoa. He comes out of the Yuxke sweep up towards Barbecue. It's now Amos Cockram Jr. who's second. Wilford has been able to survive that little touch with himself and Ben Morganroot, but he now sits in third place behind Cockram Jr.
And Cockram Jr., who started on the third row of the grid, finds himself in the mix as well, and possibly a podium finish. Car number 8 in the V8 Masters, or is it the Supercars?
No, that's Craig Jarvis. Craig Jarvis up there in the V8 Masters. But here we go up the inside. Steve Young having a look. Can he get through on Paolo Cavalieri? Cavalieri and Young side by side. Jarvis with the best seat in the house. He sits in third place in the Masters as they go down the back straight towards Clubhouse Corner. Jarvis on the inside, having a look to go on the can he get through? And spinning out is Marcel Angel. That's in the Yuxke sweep. Angel is out, and he's buried that car. I think he came together there with the 12 car of Gary Faree. So those two were fighting for what was 4th and 5th place on the circuit in the V8 Masters. But the battle for the lead in the Masters heads into the S's. Coming down the mine shaft should be the lead end of the V8 Supercars. Jeepers, who expected this kind of action in the first V8 race?
I have no idea, but they're pulling about a good 5-second gap on the rest of the field right now. It's just 1, 2, and 3 in the V8 Supercars.
Steve, I want to jump in. I think we've got a new leader. I think Mackie Adlam's gone missing as well. We've just seen Amos Cockram Jr. come through there, and that's possibly the leader of this V8 Supercar race. There's Terry Wolford. I can't see any Mackie Adlam at all, and hopefully our camera guys can hear me and they can try and pick up on the orange car that's gone missing somewhere between. There he is in the background. He's just in the background. It's definitely Adlam that's gone missing. It's now Goodmans who's up to 4th. This is a turnaround of note. Who would have expected Amos Cockram Jr. to be leading on the last lap of the first V8 Supercar race of the year?
I'll tell you who is smiling is Darren Goodmans.
Checkered flag is out, though.
Yeah, well, it's done and gone. How's that possible? 6 laps?
1 lap down.
7.
Okay.
We're into 7.
1 lap down. So, okay, across the line, Amos Cockram Jr. They must have shortened the race then. They must have shortened the race, though. So Amos Cockram Jr. will win the V8 Supercars. Terry Wolford will take 2nd place, and East London's Darren Goodmans will take 3rd place. Across the line in the V8 Masters to pick up on the first car there, Paolo Cavalieri should be the first car to cross the line, but I might be wrong on that one. Let's just double check. Cavalieri takes the win ahead of Steve Young and Craig Jarvis in the Panacea Ford. Wow, what a turnaround. I would not have put my money on Paolo Cavalieri. As experienced driver and as good as he is, he definitely didn't have the same kind of pace as Fabio Tofani had. I'm telling you now, Amos Cockram Jr. didn't get the checkered flag. He is still flat out up towards Leeuwkop. So I'm not wrong in saying that checkered flag might have come out too early. He's thinking he's still 8 laps, and he's still flat out here into Leeuwkop as they get to the top of the hill.
Well, I wouldn't argue with you because we're showing 7 on our timing screen at the moment, but you know, you're quite right. They might have actually shortened it without actually telling us.
Well, that's kind of happens on occasions. He's still flat out down towards the second half of the circuit. The flag is definitely out. There's no doubt about that. We told that.
Okay.
That's fantastic. Thanks for letting us know that, Andre de Kock. Andre de Kock from The Citizen brings us the information that would have been nice to have at the start of the race. Thanks, Laren Mew, as well, for that. Nice that they told the commentators that all the races have been now shortened.
And I can't believe there's a lack of respect going on here. She comes out and sees me in the passageway. She says, "Come over here, you old bugger. Let me give you a hug."
Well, you are, you're getting there. 30 years, eh? Well, he's coming through now to eventually take what he thought was going to be the checkered flag, but he took it a lap ago. So did Terry Wolford. Wolford's thing is an 8-lap race. There's no doubt about both those cars thought it was still an 8-lap race. And across the line, 1st and 2nd, Cockram Jr., 2nd place Terry Wolford, 3rd place Darren Goodmans.
Now, how is Dad going to feel? Dad Wilford.
Well, I think Larry's going to be happy with his son's performance. There's no doubt about it. I think, though, I've got to say, it'll be short-lived because there's definitely going to be an inquiry about the incident with Ben Morgenroot. So we may see a little turnaround of events there, and Morgenroot might get reinstated. We'll wait and see what that is going to do. But ladies and gents, that is your first race officially here at the Motorsport Festival at Kyalami. Now, if that's the kind of race we're going to have all weekend long, Steve, you and I are going to be voiceless by the end of this weekend.
Well, let's look back quickly at this amazing race, V8 Supercars and the Masters. And let's go to the track right now, the onboard track and what we have. And let's just kind of look at where were the hot spots in terms of accidents and people sticking their noses where they shouldn't have been. Because if you look back to what Kyalami used to be of old, now there's some new probabilities happening here with a new track. And there was definitely some hot spots out there that either some drivers kind of missed their braking or they just maybe thought that they had a gap that they didn't, and this has caused chaos in this particular first race. An exciting one, I might add.
Well, Clubhouse, of course, is where we saw the first one, which brought the safety car out. So Clubhouse has always been a very good overtaking opportunity, particularly in the bigger cars, but you'll see it even in the superbikes and in the smaller cars and saloon cars. There'll be action there. We saw a little bit of action coming out of Cheetah, but it actually ended up coming into Ingwe, where we're seeing cars peeling into pit lane now. So the last turn, as we always used to know on the old circuit known as Bungee, would have seen some last lap or some big efforts to get through and make some maneuvers pass. And of course, we saw some action down at Yuxke. But I think Yuxke was due to the fact that we had some cars getting sideways in the certain sectors of the circuit, particularly down there where we see the 12 car parked on the sideline. And getting information in my ear there as well from our OB unit, I think it's about 10 cars completely lost on that first race. So of the 36 that should have started, we're now down to 26 cars. So we've definitely got some fun and games coming for the next one. Of course, the next one is only tomorrow. So if you think you haven't seen action, remember tomorrow it'll be no holds barred because it's the last race.
They'll also have 24 hours to kind of maybe get these...